Hey everybody, this is GTR Starcraft, and I'm going to be casting a 1v1 Terran versus Protoss on the map Xelnaga Caverns. And we have Sharkbite here as the blue Protoss player, and Mafrulz, I hope I said that right, Mafrulz as the red Terran player. So, let me give you a little bit of a breakdown on Xelnaga Caverns. Xelnaga Caverns is a very elevated map. If you notice, we have a low ground, high ground. We do have some destructible rocks here that you can breach into the high ground from the low ground. We also have higher ground. Very elevated map. If you ask me, it is a Terran favored map. However, Zerg are also favored too for expansion wise too. However, there are no Zerg players in this game, so we're just gonna see Mafrulz and Sharkbite battle it off on Xelnaga Caverns. So as we can see, somewhat of a small short build here from the Terran player. He's got a supply depot up, mainly focusing on SUVs. And we notice here the chrono boost coming out of the Nexus from the Protoss player, Sharkbite. He does have his pylon up, and it looks like he is sending a probe out to do just a little bit of expansion here. Or I'm sorry, exploration. I don't know, we might actually see somewhat of an expansion here. He does have a probe here. Has no intentions to check out the Terran player base. Terran player is laying down a barracks and a refinery now. Still pumping out SUVs. Very standard. Usually Terran players, they usually go for supply depots, barracks, and refinery. Very standard. However, sometimes Terran players will go economically. They will start off with a refinery or a supply depot, then a refinery, then a barracks. But that's not the case this time. So we do see two assimilators coming out of the Protoss player's base. So we're going to be seeing some quick gas out of that. Does have the gateway down. Red player is going to be moving out of his base. He's probably going to be scouting, seeing what the Protoss player is doing. We have a cybernetic score. Very common on here for the Protoss players. They like to lay down cybernetic scores and a couple pylons here. Actually, what I've noticed is the new common way for a Protoss player to bunker in, wall in, is they have a gateway, a cybernetic core, a pylon in the back, and they have at least one zealot guarding the very narrow entrance into their base. So, little bit of lag there. I'm sorry. So he does have the cybernetic core down. Might be seeing possible stalkers. We don't know. Terran player is going to scout this. He probably is going to be seeing a little bit of the. He's going to be seeing some of the gateway. However, he was not able to end there, and it looks like he's actually the Protoss player is going to be laying down a Stargate very early in the game. 4 minutes into the game, and he's laying down a Stargate. So very, very quick air rush strategy from the Protoss player here. And we do see the Terran player catching up. He is going heavy barracks right now, and he is making sure he's not supply. It looks like he did get a little bit of supply blocked here. He is building up some more supply depots. Very, very crucial that you make sure you do not get supply blocked, especially in 1v1s, because seconds matter. Seconds do matter. So anyway, a second Stargate is going up for the Protoss player. Very, very. He looks like he's going to be just sticking with air. We do not see any zealots nor stalkers, no sentries, no nothing. He's basically going straight for air. He is pumping out his first void ray right now. Units tab. Units tab. We're 5 minutes in the game, and units tab. Red Terran player has 5 Marines and 18 SUVs, as the Protoss player has 17 probes, and he will be getting a void ray very, very shortly. Protoss player looks like he's probably going to be scouting out this Terran base. Terran base did not wall. He did not wall in, however. It's pretty common for Terrans not to wall in against Protoss. So Terran player, heavy Marines. He is going to be getting a reactor for one of his barracks. Does notice this probe here, so the probe did not scout. He did not see what the Terran player is doing. So first void ray out. He does have his first void ray out, so probably going to be doing a little bit of a economic harassment against the Terran player. Terran player going 2 tech labs and a reactor, so heavy ground units. We're probably going to be seeing a lot more Marines, maybe some Marauders or Reapers possibly. So Still sticking. He's got another Void Ray. He's got 2 Void Rays coming out. However, he does lay the scan down. You do see the scan. Terran player did lay the scan down. Excuse me. Does see the 2 Stargates. Very, very good scan from the Terran player. So we're just going to be seeing a lot of Marines, even though he did build Tech Labs. Still pumping out more Marines. However, we do not see any combat shield or stim pack upgrades for these Marines, nor weapons upgrades. Does not have a engineering bay. So it looks like he's just going to be going mass Marines right now. Protoss player is laying down a second expansion. Actually, it's a little uncommon that he's laying down his expansion a little bit away from his base. Usually a Protoss player would lay their expansion down here. I guess he's trying to trick the Terran player into thinking that he's only got 1 base, where he's got a second base closer to the Terran player's base. So, Terran player finally getting a factory up now. We're probably going to be seeing maybe possible tanks or maybe Thors, not sure. So he did, however, get supply blocked again. This Terran player did get supply blocked. He does have quite a lot of energy in his command center. Should be laying down a couple meals or maybe even doing another scan sweep or something. However, he looks like he did do somewhat of a scan sweep. I believe I did miss it. Protoss player is going to be going for, looks like he's going for the supply depots. He's going to do a supply block, continuing for the red player to be supply blocked. He is going for the factory. However, Terran player is moving out his Marines. Protoss player is going to have to force to move his, actually, his Void Rays are very charged up. They are charged up. They just might be able to kill these Marines. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, the Void Rays just killed all those Marines. That is not good for the red player. Not pumping out any Marines. Okay, yes, now he's pumping out some Marines. He is getting a command center down. This factory is going to go down, unfortunately. Looks like he's going to have to take his Marines out of his bunker in order to try and at least do some damage to these Void Rays. 1 Void Ray is going to go down. Second Void Ray very, very healthy, although it is charged up. More Marines will be popping out of these barracks very, very shortly. We do see 2, 3 Marines coming out. And smart. We wanted to wait for all 3 Marines to come out so we can concentrate all of his fire. However, the Protoss player did get somewhat of a charge there, but unfortunately this Void Ray is going to go down. Red player is still continuing to build a second command center, pumping out a lot of Marines, and very, very close for the Protoss player. But however, he wasn't able to pull it off. Terran Marines do now have combat shields. No stim pack just yet. Terran player is now laying down a factory. Let's go to the Protoss player now and see what he's doing. Does have expansion up. Protoss player is now, he's still doing heavy Void Rays. You can see he's just pumping out a lot of Void Rays right now. And excuse me, sorry. Still pumping out a lot of Void Rays. He's carnal boosting this expansion over here, making sure he has 2 expansions secure. Terran player, very, very smart for Terran player. He is laying down an orbital command before he lifts off his command center. This is very common. You do see a lot of Terran players doing this. It allows the command center to build up energy while it takes off to land in an expansion. So very smart. It appears a Terran player might not go for this expansion over here. It looks like he might be lifting off to. Might even check this expansion now. Terran player does not know that there's an expansion over there. So factory is up now. So we might be seeing some tanks or something. However, the Protoss player is still going Void Rays. We do not see any ground units. Still going heavy Void Rays, but he's also struggling with mineral wise right now. He does have 2 expansions up, so we should be seeing somewhat of a mineral an economic boost within the next couple minutes. Terran player Mafrulz is now laying down a starport, and he's very smart. He is putting missile turrets near his economy, so he will not get economy harassed again by these Void Rays. So I was wrong. It looks like the Terran player is going to go for this expansion over here. So I do not think he scouted this expansion over here for the Protoss player. So going to be seeing he does have almost 100 energy. Should be laying down some mules. This orbital command does have 100 energy. Should be doing a couple scans or something. So playing very standard right now. He does have a second expansion up. Transferred a lot of SUVs over, which is very common. Might be seeing he is doing very, very, very healthy with mineral count. He's doing really good with Vespene gas. However, his macro is just a little bit off. He probably shouldn't be having that many minerals and that much gas. He probably needs to be pumping out a lot more Marines. He needs to definitely get that stim pack upgrade. He is researching infantry level weapons level 1, so that's very good. Starport is building a reactor add-on, so we're probably going to be seeing either Vikings or medevacs from this Terran player. However, still pumping out a lot of Marines. Very smart for the Terran player, because the Protoss player he's only going Void Rays. Okay, it looks like the blue Protoss player, it will be right back, and apparently we're going to be taking a short break right now. So, anyway, so I'll give you a little update in case some of you guys missed it. But blue player is just doing a lot of, he's building nothing but void rays, as we can see. He did come over here and do a little bit of a economic harassment against the red Terran player. I don't think, I honestly think that they are, yes, we can still see that that was a lie. He had never left the game. Still building mass pylons. We're probably going to be seeing some gateways because even though he's pumping out a lot of void rays, it's not enough for Vikings and Marines. If this Terran player, these Vikings have a little bit more of a range, I believe, when it comes to attack. He has a range of 9 of these void rays. They have a range of 6. So if he can micro these Vikings against these void rays very easily. However, he does need to build just a couple more void rays. He is building some more void rays, and we did notice that he is supply blocked again. He really needs to, it's very crucial to do not get supply blocked in a game like this, especially with this many minerals. You want to make sure when you have that many minerals and you need to build a bigger army, you at least take 3-4 SUVs off the line and build at least 4 SUVs at a time, and you send your SUVs right back to the mineral line. Just a quick tip. And Terran player does have a lot of missile turrets in the back here of his economy, so he's not. We're probably not going to be seeing the Protoss player do any void ray attacks for that expansion because of those missile turrets. So, still just pumping out massive void rays. So he is getting an upgrade for shields level 1. He is getting level 1 shields, and Protoss player does have two bases right now, as the Terran player has 2 bases. So so far the match is very bleak right now. We do see a couple Marauders. Looks like he's probably going to be expecting the Protoss player to have somewhat of a ground army, or he could just be using that to either knock down some destructible rocks to get a 3rd expansion, or he'll probably just be using them for when he attacks the Protoss place. We do see the Protoss player is, however, going to be able to snipe this refinery out. Missile turrets can't do much. Missile turrets, however, we do see 2 missile turrets shooting these void rays. These guys, mass Marines right now, mass Marines killing all these void rays. Not looking good for the Protoss player. However, he's losing all of his void rays, down to 3 void rays, 2 void rays now, 1 void ray, and his void rays are going down. Terran player did not even use his Vikings for that. 2 missile turrets did go down in the process. He did lose quite a few Marines, but still, that was no match against this Terran player. Protoss player is struggling right now, has no army. He's still pumping out just nothing but void rays. Not a smart move for the Protoss player. He needs to definitely worry about this Marine army, these Vikings, these Marauders. The Terran player is just in a commanding lead right now. I do not see how this Protoss player can get back up. He does have a 3rd command center. We're probably going to be seeing a 3rd expansion sometime soon. Terran player is going to scouting these proxy pylons over here. I don't know why Protoss player is deciding to build pylons right there when these Vikings are probably just going to destroy it anyway. So bad move for the Protoss player. Is going to be able to snipe out these pylons. However, he does not see this expansion though. However, I am not sure if he's going to be able to see this expansion. Unfortunately, I do not think he's going to be seeing this expansion. He might lift this command center up and take it over here. Not sure. But so far, Terran player is doing really good with minerals and Vespene gas. Terran player really needs to focus on getting a larger army, pumping on not a lot of Marauders and Marines. Maybe a couple medevacs would be good. However, once again, is supply block. This is not good. He really needs to work on supply depots, building a lot of supply depots. He's letting the Protoss player build. The Protoss player is building 3 gates. I'm sorry. He's taking my 3 gates now. He just canceled 2 of them. Only has 4 void rays. Going to be pumping out a couple more void rays. Excuse me. Terran player is doing a little bit of scouting. However, he does not see this. He does not see this base. So he totally skipped this base. So his expansion, Protoss expansion over here, is going for a 3 gate as well. So we're probably going to be seeing quite a few ground units for the Protoss player, possibly stalkers or zealots. Probably going to be stalkers. To deal with these Marauders here. Yes, these Marauders are upgraded. They do have concussive shells, and Terran ground units do have level 1 attack weapons. So anyway, Protoss player is still running on 2 bases. However, the Terran player is probably going to be lifting his command center off and moving it over. He is doing a little bit of a harassment right now against with the Protoss economy. These Void Rays are going to take advantage and destroy these units while they are on the ground. Vikings cannot shoot air unless they basically are transformed to air units. But when they're on the ground, they can only shoot gun units. So, however, he is going to retreat.